I feel like I've transcended music, which sounds absolutely nuts to most people, like in the world. They'll probably say like, how can you transcend music? It's one of the beautifulest things in the world. It's like unbelievable. I love music. I listen to it constantly every day. Yes, well, I did as well. Like I used to love listening to music every day for most of my life. Like I loved music. Like it started when I was like 10-year-old, or well, 10 to 12-year-old. It was when like the early 90s rave scene was just beginning here in the UK. And me and my mate used to go down to like the market down near where I lived, and they sold these rave tapes, which they recorded at the raves, and they used to go and sell the tapes, and it had like a DJ name and an MC name, and I was absolutely obsessed with these tapes. Like every week I would go and buy one for £3. I would save up £3 of my pocket money and go and buy this rave tape. Then I'd put it in my little cheap tape deck and I'd just play it, and I would be absolutely obsessed with it for like weeks. I would know every single track, all the lyrics, all the MC words. It was just like an amazing time for music. And like, because let's face it, the rave scene was more than just music. It was a scene. It was like a whole feeling. It was like a movement through the 90s. And eventually in the early 2000s it got took over by, well, it wasn't as good, basically. I don't want to get too much into that. It wasn't as good as what it was. It kind of played its course, so to speak. And then they started remixing them all. So everything was just the same old amazing rave tracks, remixed with like a bit more of a boring beat. But that's the thing, guys. Like, this is why we eventually evolve music, because there's only so many notes and riffs that can be created in music until it's all been done. It's like a combination lock. There's only so many combinations of tunes, of rhythms, of bass lines until it's all been done. And you've heard it for that many years that like literally you've got no other option but to transcend it. You've got no other option because you've heard it that many times, and you're like, you just get bored. Like every single new track that comes out, you're like, I've heard this before in a slightly different way. It's just the same old bass line. Yeah, I've heard that bass line before. That bass line's a copy of a copy of a copy, and you just get bored of it. Like literally, like there is artists out there still that are amazing, like The Weeknd. It's usually the artists that are designed for when you're high. And I want to talk about that a little bit as well, because my music journey was a long one. Like I've been through so many different types of music. I've loved like a few different types of music, not all music, mind, but a lot of different types of music I've loved. So after the rave scene, which lasted about 5 years, I moved on to, I think it was, after that it was the early 90s dance scene, with groups like Culture Beat and all those like early 90s dance tracks, which will never ever fade away. They'll always come back again and again and again. And then after that I moved on to rap music. There's a lot of young guys, especially here in England, who like maybe in the early 20s they'll get into rap music. They'll get into like all the Dr. Dre stuff, the Eminem, all that type of stuff, because it's the attitude coming out. It's like one of the spiral dynamic stages. I forgot what stage it is, but it's a stage of evolution where you've got a lot of anger and you want to like scream these lyrics by NWA, like F the police and all this stuff. And so a lot of people go through that. I went through that for about a good 5-6 years. Like I was searching for loads of different rap music. Rap comes back later on, which I'll get into in a moment. But anyway, after the rap, I moved on to the early 80s music. Like I was already beginning to love that electrical sound, and then GTA Vice City came out, and when I bought that game I put it on and the music was unbelievable. It was like, this is exactly what I like all the Kim Wilde, all the Toto, Africa, all those amazing tunes, especially I Ran So Far Away. I couldn't get away. I mean, that one, that was just amazing. Like, all the music on Vice City was the best music from the 80s because it was all from 1984. And 1984 was probably, in my opinion, the best year for music ever. And I'm not talking about all the number one hits, like the rubbish mainstream shit like George Michael and all that. No. That's not real music. That's just mainstream shit for like people on a very, very low level of awareness. I'm talking about the B-sides, the number twos, not the number ones in the charts. All that stuff was absolutely brilliant. I got into ABC, I got into Bronxy Beats, all those type of tunes, Sly Fox, all those amazing artists like Kate Bush, for instance. Like I went through a stage of Kate Bush for not so long ago actually. It was when I first started taking cannabis. And I was exploring music in a new way, because that's another thing, guys, like the cannabis itself, when you first take that, if you started late like I did, I was a late starter, I was about 38 when I first took that, but that opens up music again in a whole new level of awareness. It was like making the music from 3D to 4D, and I bought these like amazing earphones that were like amazing quality, and I put them in and it was absolutely unbelievable. Like the music just came alive, and that opened up a whole new level of awareness. I got into music such as the what's it called, breakbeat type stuff. Is it called breakbeat? The electronic stuff that's all over, like it's designed for being high anyway. Then I got into The Weeknd, because I realized all his music was designed for being high. It's like next level music, where you don't fully appreciate until you're on a high vibrational state with amazing quality earphones. Then when you play it quite a loud volume, you start to fully appreciate what the, not so much the artist singing, but what the music makers themselves have done on the sequencer. It's like absolutely unbelievable when you reach those levels of awareness. So I got into The Weeknd, which his music's absolutely unbelievable on that level. It's like next level shit. And then I got into a couple of other groups, but even then, like, it started to get boring. Like, music started to get a bit boring because I was like, it was getting to a point where every single track that comes out, I'd heard a million times before, just in a slightly different way. And now, like, I'll go out, for instance, and like, you cannot escape music when you're out. Like, you literally can't escape it. It's everywhere. It's playing in every shop you go in, and it's always the same songs. Like, for like literally the last 30 years of my life, everywhere I've gone, I've just heard the same songs. Can you imagine that? 30 years of hearing the same songs. And some people don't even see this as a thing. They'll hear the same songs for 30 years and they'll never get bored of them. Like, they'll just be like, oh, it's this song again. Either that, or they just like don't even know what's happening. They're just like so conditioned in the brain as slaves that they don't even realize that this shit's been projected on them for 30 years and they don't know any difference. Either that or the NPCs. That's another story. But yeah, like every single bit of music comes out now, it's just like the same thing and it's slightly different way, or it's a copy of a copy of a copy. So of course, eventually you're going to transcend music. Like, it's like a combination lock. You can only get so many combinations before it's all been done and it's unlocked. And that's exactly what happened to me. The music was kind of unlocked. It was like I couldn't, like I can't take it seriously anymore. Like, I don't need it to make us feel good anymore. Like, when I hear music now, it's more like a noise. It's like it's not enjoyable anymore. It's just a noise. It's like it's just a load of different sounds combined together as a noise. Do you understand, guys? Like, if you haven't reached this level yet, you will eventually, I think. Like, you will eventually, because there's only so many there's only so many musical combinations you can create. It's like Lego. Like, when you're a child, you get into Lego and you make a car, you make a boat, you can make buildings, you can make anything you want, but eventually you're going to get bored of it because you'll have made everything. It's the same with music. Like, it's a tough one, guys. It's a tough one because most people think music's like absolutely beautiful. It's like the best thing in the world. But at the same time, it's just a noise. It's basically just a bunch of sounds created by the physical matter. It's just a bunch of sounds, knocking, banging, tapping. Like that's all it is. And then the technology's just made it echo a little bit, or add some nice symphonics behind it. But don't get us wrong, it's good for most of your life, but eventually you kind of you transcend it. But it's tough. It's not an easy process, guys, transcending music, because everywhere you go you're hit by it and you're like, oh, not this song again, not this again. It becomes a lot like torture sometimes, especially when all the music playing everywhere is not necessarily the best music. It's just like basically shit they've put out there to like make money or whatever. So eventually it becomes a little bit like torture. I don't know what you guys have experienced with this, like whether you've experienced the same as me or not, but it's not easy. Like it's not easy at all. Like you can't, put it this way, you can't go to a nightclub ever again. You can't go somewhere where the blasting music loud ever again. Like you can't go near loud music. Like when you go near loud music, you start losing your mind. Like it's like literally like torture. It's like someone punching you in the head over and over again. Like that's what it gets like. It's spiral. I think I'm moving on to spiral dynamics stage turquoise. To be honest, I'm moving from yellow to turquoise, but I keep switching back all the time. Like sometimes I'll get angry. Like I'll get angry with music. Like sometimes I'll be like, they're playing this again. Like how many shops do I have to go in where they're playing the same song again and again and again? And I'm not even talking about new music. Sometimes it's like music from 30 years ago. Like people are living in the past. Like they're still listening to music for 30 years ago because it's better than the music now. But they don't realise that they're living 30 years in the future constantly. It's, like don't get us wrong, guys. There is nice music out there, like especially the 80s stuff. It'll always be good. It'll always be an amazing tune to listen to if you're in the mood to do it. But I'd say like your mood to listen to it just gets less and less and less. Like I prefer listening to like talking now. I like podcasts. I like listening to Joe Rogan. I like listening to audio books, actualized, all kinds of like spiritual stuff because I'm interested in it. Like I don't do it because I'm too serious. I do it because I'm interested in it. It's actually me joy just to keep learning and getting that experience, even though I don't learn much now. Everything's more of a validation than like a learning process. But yeah, you do eventually transcend music, guys. And some of you might not agree with that, but hey, that's my experience, guys. Like I kind of change that. Okay, like I'm bored of music, like literally. And people might say like, well, if you're bored of music, then what are you going to do in life? Like you don't watch TV, you don't watch music, you don't listen to music, like what do you do? Well, that's where it starts to get interesting, because there's a law of compensation in this universe that not many people really think about. But when one thing goes, something comes and compensates for it. And when something as big as music goes, then something equally as big comes and takes its place. That's all I'm going to say, guys.